Hi students, today we can study second part of introduction exercise 11.1. The first part already we are completed in previous video. Those who are not watched that video, please watch that video, then only you can understand what we are studying today. First topic is a relation between a direction cosines of a line. In here we will consider one line. We have to check the relation between the direction cosines. Total 3 direction cosines are there. First L, that is cos alpha. Then M is cos beta. N means cos gamma. These are the direction cosines of a line. What is the relation between this direction cosines? First we can see one 3-dimensional figure. X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis. When you consider one 3-dimensional geometry, these two axes are in a plane. Y-axis and Z-axis in a plane, but X-axis not in a plane. That is, if you consider this figure, look, this is our X-axis going outside only. Just consider this is our X-axis, then this is our original 3-dimensional figure. Then, in here, consider one line. One line RS. We have to find out the relation between the direction cosines of this line. What we will do first? First we will find out a direction cosines. You know, we cannot find out a direction cosine of this line. What is the reason? This line not passing to the origin. Those who line passes to the origin, that direction cosines only we can find out. There is not origin. So we will find out one more line. That line passes to the origin. Passes to the origin and parallel to given line. Point P and Q. Line PQ are parallel to given line RS and passes to the origin. Now we will find out direction cosine of PQ. Then the direction cosine of PQ and RS will be equal. What is the reason? Both lines are parallel, isn't it? Then this point P is X, Y, Z. The coordinate of point P is X, Y, Z. In here, small letter X, Y, Z are 3 numbers only, any 3 numbers. Then, the distance between OP is R. R also another number. Now, we can make one right angle triangle in here. The angle between X-axis and our line is alpha. Angle between X-axis and OP is alpha. We need one right angle triangle. Just join P and X-axis. This point is A. In here, you will get 90-degree angle. Keep in mind, if you look in this figure, you cannot understand. This is our X-axis, just outside. Okay. Then if you make from here to one line straight line, you will get in here 90-degree. Isn't it? Then just draw another figure for understanding. One right angle triangle. One right angle triangle. O, A, P. In here, angle A is 90-degree. This angle. Then angle O is, what is angle O? That is alpha. Then OP length. What is OP length? Is small letter r. OA. O2A. What is that? That is X, first point. Because this AP is perpendicular. Perpendicular means we will get X. Now we can find out from here cos alpha. L equal to cos alpha equal to, what is cos? Cos means base divided by hypotenuse. Base in here OA divided by hypotenuse in here OP. L equal to OA. OA is X divided by OA is X, OP is R. R bring to left side, we can write LR equal to X. This was a relation between our direction ratio and point X, then distance between origin and point. Distance between origin and point. Similarly, we can write if you take M R equal to what will write? Second point. What is second point? Y. Then check it. M means cos beta. Beta means angle between y axis and OP. Y axis and OP. Then this is y axis. If you make one perpendicular line in here, this point is small letter y. We'll get in here, isn't it? The next, last N R equal to N in here. Gamma means angle between z axis and OP. Z axis means we can write set point. Last point is z. Now we got three relation. Already was studied in class 11. X square plus y square plus z square equal to R square. This is like one relation you have studied. X, Y, Z means the coordinate of point P. R means distance from the origin. Give all the values in here. X square means LR. Y square is MR all square. Z square is NR. L square R square plus M square R square plus N square R square equal to R square. In left side, what is common? R square is common, isn't it? Take out square outside, then L square plus M square plus N square equal to R square. Now we can write L square plus M square plus N square equal to right side R square. From left side, this R square bring to right side, that time divide by R square. Got it? We get 1. L square plus M square plus N square. This is our relation between direction cosines. Just pause the video, write down in your notebook. Keep in mind this figure in here 90 degree. Then when you consider on 3-dimensional geometry, you have to imagine this x-axis just outside only. Okay, then only we can consider in here 90 degree, otherwise you cannot understand. Next we can study direction cosine of a line passing through 2 points. It's y, z, origin, x. We'll consider 2 different points. First point is P. The coordinate of point P is x1 y1, z1. Then another point Q, the coordinate of point Q is x2, y2, z2. We have to find out direction cosines of this line PQ. What will do? Join. Make another line in here RS. Why we are making RS? You know, this PQ is not passed to the origin. Then when you make RS, this line passes to the origin only. Keep in mind, this plane downside part only. Okay, then only this will pass to origin. 3-dimensional. Okay, not 2-dimensional. You have to imagine when you draw this simply, that will not pass. But you have to imagine this downside part, that is plane only, isn't it? Then if you make one line, this line passes through this corner. Then make in here one right angle triangle. Give this point is N. N. This is our z-axis. We can make in here also one z-axis. Okay. What is the angle between z-axis and our line? Normally we used to take, that is gamma. Isn't it? Angle between x and line is alpha. Angle between y-axis and line is beta. Angle between z-axis and line is gamma. Then in here gamma means this angle, how much is gamma? That also gamma. Alternative interior angles are equal. Look, two parallel lines if you consider. In here 30 degree. This angle will be 30 only. Alternate interior angles will be equal. Same method we can apply in here. This is alpha means in here also alpha. Now we got in here one right angle triangle. We can find out direction cosine. That is n equal to cos gamma. L means cos alpha, M means cos beta, N means cos gamma. Cos means base divided by hypotenuse equal to cos alpha. What is base in here? Base means when you consider angle gamma in here, base NQ. NQ divided by perpendicular. What is perpendicular? That is PQ. Now we can write NQ. NQ means this distance. That means this point. You consider this point. What is in here? This is z-axis, isn't it? Z-axis means we can write Z2. Z2 minus in here this point NQ. You will get which point? That will be P point. Z value is Z1. If you consider Z2 minus Z1, from here to up to here, that is Z2. Then we have to cut this part. What is this? Up to here, that is Z1. Then Z2 minus Z1, we will get NQ. PQ. PQ. What is PQ? The distance between point P and Q. In last year in class 11 and class 10 also we have studied one distance formula, isn't it? If you use that distance formula, we can write x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. This is like one distance formula I was studied, isn't it? Then that is our cos gamma. Yeah. In case they are given 2 points, using by this formula we can find out direction cosines. Then L means cos alpha. Using by same formula we can write x2 minus x1 divided by. Why we are using x2 means alpha is the alpha means the angle between a line and our x-axis, isn't it? Then x2 minus x1 divided by PQ. PQ is distance between P and Q. I can use distance formula. Then M cos beta. Cos beta means angle between the y-axis and our line. that is y2 minus y1 divided by pq. These are the three direction cosines. From here we can write direction ratios also. Direction ratios. Direction ratios are this numerators x2 minus x1, then y2 minus y1, and last z2 minus z. These are the direction ratios. Then just pause the video or write down in your notebook. Now we can see example number 1. If a line makes an angle 90 degree, 60 degree and 30 degree with a positive direction of x, y and z axis respectively, find the direction cosines. If you consider one three-dimensional geometry is y and z, x, origin, one line L. In question already given, angle between x-axis and line is 90 degree. Here 90 degree. Then with y-axis is 60 degree. With the z-axis 30 degree. We have to find out a direction cosines. Direction cosines. That is cos alpha equal to cos alpha means angle between x-axis and our line. X-axis and line is 90 degree. Cos 90 value is 0. The next m means cos beta. Cos beta means angle between y-axis and line. How much is that? That is 60 degree. Cos 60 degree is 1 by 2. And last n equal to cos gamma. Cos gamma means angle between z-axis and line is 30 degree. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. This is our answer, direction cosines. Just pause the video, write down in your notebook. Example number 2. If a line has direction ratios 2 minus what? Minus 2. Direction ratios we used to consider ABC. Determine its direction cosines. And then solution direction cosines. In previous video already we have studied the relation between direction ratios and direction cosines. That is L equal to A divided by square root of A square plus B square plus C square. Then M equal to B divided by square root of A square plus B square plus C square. Then N equal to root of A square plus B square plus C square. This is the relation between direction ratios and direction cosines. Now we can find out this denominator separately. Square root of A square plus B square plus C square we can write. Square root of A square is 2 square plus B square is minus 1 square. C square is minus 2 square. Square root of, what you will get? Here 2 square is 4. Minus 1 square is 1. Minus 2 square is 4. Equal to root 9. Isn't it? 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9 equal to 3. Denominator we got 3. L equal to A means first number 2 divided by plus part is 3. And M equal to B is minus 1 divided by 3. Then N equal to minus 2 divided by 3. These are the direction cosines. Just pause the video, write down in your notebook. Example number 3. Find the direction cosine of the line passing through 2 points. 2 points given in here, we have to find out direction cosines. Then we know direction cosines of a line passes through the points. First point is P, x1, y1, z1, and second point is Q, x2, y2, z2. Already we have studied one formula. The formula is L equal to x2 minus x1 divided by PQ. Then M equal to y2 minus y1 divided by PQ. N equal to z2 minus z1 equal divided by PQ. Where PQ means distance between the 2 points. That is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1. This is the formula for find out direction cosines. Then the given points are, first point is minus 2, 4, minus 5, and second point is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. First we can find out PQ. PQ is square root of x2 minus x1. x2 is x1, y1, z1 is x2, y2, z2. Then x2 minus x1, that is 1 minus minus 2 square plus y2 minus y1. y2 is 2 minus 4. 1, 3 minus minus 5 square. Equal to square root of, what do you get in here? 1 minus minus 2, 3 square. 3 square plus in here minus 2 square. Then 3 plus 5, 8 square. Equal to square root of 9 plus 4 plus 64. Equal to root 9 plus 4, 13 plus 64, 77. PQ is root 77. Then we can do x2 minus x1. x2 is, what is x2? 1 minus minus 2 divided by root 77 equal to 3 by root 77. This is our L. M means y2 minus y1. y2 is 2 minus y1 is 4 divided by root 77 is minus 2 by root 77. And last n. n equal to z2 minus z1. z2 is 3 minus z1 is minus 1. Root 77 will get 8 by root 77. This is our answer. Just pause the video, write down in your notebook. Example number 4. Find the direction cosine of x, y and z axis. Like this. Then is x, y, z. First we can see a direction cosine of x axis. That is L equal to cos alpha equal to cos. Alpha means angle between x axis. We will consider this line. This line means x axis. We need direction cosine of x axis. Okay. Then angle between x axis and x axis, that will be 0. One straight line only, isn't it? That is 0. Cos 0 is 1. Then M. cos beta, cos, what is beta? X-axis we will consider angle between y-axis and our line is x-axis. What is the angle? It will be 90 degree. Alright, 90 degree. Cos 90 degree is 0. The last n means cos gamma, cos. Our line is x-axis, isn't it? The line is x-axis. Angle between z-axis and x-axis, that is how much? 90 degree. Our gamma is 90 degree. So I will get. Direction cosines of x-axis we got 1, 0, 0. Similarly, direction cosines of y-axis we can write L equal to, check it, x-axis means first will be 1. Then y-axis will be, we can write 0, m equal to 1, n equal to 0. M will be 1, other both two will be 0. Then direction cosines of z-axis. In z-axis, which direction cosine will be 1? That is n. N equal to 1, then L equal to 0, n equal to 0. You can check this like, consider y-axis, then check it, what is the angle between y-axis and y-axis, what is the angle between x-axis and y-axis. Similarly, you can find out these values. Example number 5, show that the points A, B and C are collinear. In here 3 points given, we have to show that 3 points are collinear. Collinear means, if we consider 3 points A, B, C, if you join the 3 points, we are getting one straight line. So we can say A, B, C are collinear points. How to check? We will find out in here a direction ratios. A direction ratio of AB. Not a direction cosines. We will consider only direction ratios of A and B. These two parts, A, B. Then, how to find out direction ratios means x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. This is the formula for find out direction ratios. Then, x2 minus x1, we will consider A and B. x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2. x2 minus x1 is 1 minus 2, then y2 minus y1, minus 2 minus 3, y2 minus y1, then z2 minus z1 is 3 minus minus 4, equal to minus 1 and here minus 5, 7. We can find out direction ratio of second part, that is BC. B and C. This is B and C. Is x2, y2, z2. This will be x1, y1, z1. First x2 minus x1, what will be? 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1. Then next 3 minus 1. y2 minus y1. 8 minus 2. z2 minus z1 is minus 11 minus 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Then 8 plus 2, 10. Minus 11 minus 3 minus 40. From this direction ratios, I am going to take one common number outside, that is minus 2. What will get in here? Minus 1, in here minus 5, in here 7. Check it, first direction ratio, minus 1, minus 5, 7. Second direction ratio is minus 2 into minus 1, minus 5, minus 7. Then we can say direction ratios of AB and BC are proportional. Take it both. Proportionally, we can take one common number, then after we will get same direction ratios. -1, -5, 7. In here also -1, -5, 7. That's why the direction ratio of AB and BC are proportional. Then two direction ratios are proportional means we can say that two lines are parallel. Is AB, is BC. Two lines are parallel. But one problem is that B means one common number only, common point only. B is one common, isn't it? Then we cannot draw this like separately. What we will draw? We will draw one straight line. The straight line means AB and BC are parallel. Then common point B is there. So AB and BC are parallel. Direction ratios are proportional means we can say that is parallel, but B is common. Point B is common. So we can write A, B, C are collinear. You get 3 points are collinear. Just pause the video or write down in your notebook.